Hey there. So, are you a real estate agent and you're thinking about maybe throwing in the towel now because you are far enough in and you realize maybe this industry is not for you? Or you're looking at getting into the real estate industry and the real estate space, but you keep hearing why people quit? Well, today we are going to chat about some of the most common reasons why real estate agents decide to pivot and get out of the business. And we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah Curley here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about how to build and scale your business the modern way by leveraging the power of social media. If that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified every week I drop a new video. I hear from real estate agents like you all the time who are looking to build and scale their business the modern way, and I absolutely love it. So if that is you and you are looking to build your business that way, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Let's chat and see how we can help you out. So it doesn't feel like that long ago that I got into the real estate space and the real estate industry. I originally had gotten my teaching credential, my master's in education, and I remember I was so excited to teach, and I went down that road for many, many, many years. Well, while I was teaching, I ended up getting my real estate license after my husband and I had bought our first home. And I was so excited to get started. And at the time I was teaching third grade. And I remember I was like, okay, I know I like teaching third grade, but I know I want to build a business. And I really, really have a passion for real estate. And so I thought, you know what? I'm going to do them both simultaneously. And this is, I'm going. So I got my real estate license, and I literally thought my phone was going to start ringing the second that I got my license. And I just remember thinking, like, where are the clients? Like, on the first day of school, all my students show up. It was like, okay, well, the clients never showed up. What the heck? What is going on? So, reason number one, a lot of people end up getting out of the industry is simply clientele. The number of leads, lead generation is one of the trickiest things in the real estate space, and a lot of people end up getting out of real estate simply because lead generation, they don't have a constant flow of leads in their pipeline. And I know for me in the beginning, that is exactly what happened. I remember month after month after month going, when is this going to start happening? When are people going to start calling? It does not just magically appear. It takes a lot of time and effort and energy to build that lead source and to build that funnel so that you have reoccurring business month after month, year after year. So, number one is the lead source. Number two, a lot of times people end up pivoting and getting out of real estate simply because of burnout. Yes, which is almost exactly the opposite of the first thing, which is lead generation. I can't tell you how many real estate agents I have spoken to over the years that have been like, oh my gosh, Mariah, if I have to deal with another client or another this, I am so burnt out. I am running ragged. I am working all nights and my weekends and this and that. Like, I just don't even have time for my family. And I remember in the beginning hearing, like, gosh, well, what about, setting some boundaries? What about setting, making different things a priority? So for me, I feel super blessed and really grateful for this, but I have surrounded myself with incredible mentors, incredible coaches, and really have learned how to build my business without burnout. I know that sounds crazy, but you can too. So if you feel like you are on this hamster wheel of, oh my goodness, like I am feeling burnt out. I'm doing 20, 30, 40 transactions a year and I don't have time for these other things. Seriously, let's chat, because I know so many people that are in your space. Number three, moving right along, many people get out of the real estate industry simply because of the financial struggle, which kind of goes back to number one of that lead source. So, in the beginning, if you are thinking like, hey, you know what, I need to get a paycheck in 30 days from now, 60 days from now, 90 days from now, chances are that probably will not happen. So, I know people who have gotten into the real estate space and then right away they quit their job and they're thinking, okay, well, I need to make, my payments on whatever their bills are coming up, but they don't have a steady financial leads, the money coming in. So if that is you, if you're just getting into the real estate space and you're thinking, hey, you know what? I know I'm probably not going to have that first paycheck for 3 months, 6 months, 8 months, whatever that ends up being, be prepared to either A, give yourself a buffer. Yes, give yourself a buffer. If you give yourself either a financial buffer where you know, hey, I can go for 6 months, a year, however much time that is, or continue with your job. Yes, you don't, some people feel like, oh, you know what, in order to get started in real estate, I have to go cold turkey. I have to, burn the boats and get rid of the other job. It's not necessarily like that. I know for me personally, I did not do that, but some people do, and that works out great for them. Other people will just, there's a lot of different ways to do it. I know for me personally, I was teaching and then I was doing real estate on the side. And for me, that worked because I had some time freedom and all of that with my teaching schedule. So for me, I was able to get that up and running by doing both simultaneously. If I would have just gone full steam ahead and full time with real estate to begin with, would I have been able to make it? Yes, probably, but I would have had to go, 10 times harder with the real estate. And this way I kind of like eased my way into it. Total personal preference on your end, but see what feels right and see what feels comfortable for you. Moving on to the next one, because the market is always changing. Yes, because the market's always changing, some people end up getting out of the real estate space simply because they feel like all their leads dried up, or all, their business that they had before, the market was so slow and they weren't able to save enough to be able to sustain those market downturns. I always say, again, I'm married to a CPA who, we are very numbers oriented and very number sense. So a lot of paychecks that I end up getting, it gets allocated to different things, the taxes, and I donate a lot to church and I donate to different things. But for that, I don't, I save a lot of that money too. And then of course there's stuff for bills as well. So being able to financially put that money so that you don't take it all and you save for a rainy day in case of the market downturn. Moving right along to the next one, I have met several real estate agents that they feel like, Mariah, you know what? I just have a lack of experience and I have a lack of training. Yes, lack of experience and lack of training can have people pivoting again, thinking, hey, you know what? This isn't fun. This isn't exciting. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I don't have my systems and processes down. If a buyer, calls me tomorrow, I'm constantly scrambling and I don't know what to do. Or if somebody says, hey, can you sell my house? I don't have the systems in place for that. So making sure that you have proper training for this is a huge one. And I always say, look at, when you're at your brokerage, look at your brokerage. If you're the most successful agent in your brokerage, I would honestly look at pivoting and moving to a different brokerage, because you want people who are doing a lot more than you're doing, because then you are able to learn from them and that community. If you are not at a brokerage that is collaborative, then you also want to find another brokerage. I know I have been at 4 different brokerages. I started at a small boutique brokerage. I moved to a flat fee brokerage. I went to a big national brokerage, and now I am at eXp Realty. And I can honestly say each one was a really good learning experience. The brokerage that I'm at right now, the amount of training, the amount of education, learning, collaborative is unbelievable and seriously next level. So if you're looking for a community like that, reach out to me. I would love to share more with you on that. Let's head right into the last and final one. Last and final one is, sometimes this one kind of is twofold. Sometimes people just lack passion for it. They've been doing it for a while and they realize, you know what, I'm kind of over it. I maybe the midlife crisis, or maybe, they got into it for a necessity and then they realized, you know what, it's just not my thing. I don't love doing it anymore. For me, I love education. Like I said before, I was an educator for many years. Both my parents were teachers. And so for me, transitioning into real estate was a super easy transition for me, because I feel like, when I'm working with clients, I am constantly just educating, okay, Mariah, tell me about this area, and what about this, and what about this, and what's the market doing? And I feel like all I'm doing is educating my clients, which I absolutely love. So hopefully this gives you an idea and of, things of why people are moving out of the real estate space. And if that's you, if you're experiencing burnout or lack of leads, or really a lack of interest or collaboration in your business, reach out to me. I hear from agents like you all the time and I absolutely love it. Let's examine your business. Let's take a deep dive and see how we can really build and scale your business the modern way so you don't have to be scrambling for leads, so you don't have to be on that hamster wheel. Wishing you a fantastic day and looking forward to connecting with you soon. Take care and wishing you a wonderful day. Bye.